Hey, Brandon. Hey, Joshua. The way you make videos. Thanks, Joshua. I don't think I'm the best. I don't think I'm a great content creator, but I appreciate it. I don't put a lot of effort into it. I just like to play games and hopefully have fun. We're trying this shaman out. I think the shaman so far, shaman's been pretty fun. I'm complete noob with shamans, so it's very new to me. So that's good, you know. Hey, Lost, what's up? I'm on Doomhowl. I kept trying to play like Alliance. To be honest, I just played Alliance for so long since like 2004, obviously, mostly. I mean, on vanilla, and I felt like I was just going through the motions. You know, I felt like I was on autopilot. I felt like I'd done everything before like 10,000 times. You know what I mean? Like I was playing. If you look at my YouTube channel, I was leveling up this warrior, this hardcore warrior with gray gear only, and that was kind of fun. And I did that hardcore warrior single self found gray gear only to about level 20, and that was tough. You know what I mean? That was very difficult, and it took a long time. It took probably 3 times as long to get to level 20 using only gray gear as it normally would take. And I was like, well, do I really want to level this character to 60? I felt like I could. I was like, oh yeah, I can probably do this. I can probably level 60, but it's going to take like probably 3 times as long. So it would have taken me, and normally I'm not a fast leveler anyway, so it takes me like a good 11, 10 days to get to 60 because, I always do professions and I lollygag, I get distracted easy, especially when I'm talking to people on stream like I'm doing now. You can see I'm not leveling right now because I'm talking to you guys. And so I was like, do I really want to spend, the next, 2 months trying to get this gray gear only character to 60? And I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that right now. And then my friend Zelch was on the hardcore server, the PvP server. So I said, well, you know what? Let me go to the PvP server, the non-hardcore server, and just level up a hunter because I love hunters. And I was like, I'll level up a hunter and I'll do like a hybrid hunter, but I'll do like range and I'll do like a marksman build, but I'll focus a lot on survival talents. And so I did that. And I leveled the hunter up to, I don't know, like 15 or 16 or something. And then I just felt like that whole time that because I've played a lot of hunter in the last couple of years, like a lot of hunter. If you go back through my YouTube channel, there's tons of videos on me playing hunter. And I just felt like I was on autopilot. Like everything I was doing, it's like I didn't even need to use my brain. It was like I just was like, go here, go here, go here. I mean, and I'd done it before so many times, and so it just was boring. It was really boring. I was like, this is boring. I mean, I've done this like 10 times in the past couple months. It felt like so it just didn't feel fresh enough for me. It felt really so. Then Pantheon Rise of the Fallen came out. It went out on Steam. It went into early access on Steam, so I started playing Pantheon for a bit, and that was fun. Very old school kind of EverQuesty type MMO, and that was kind of cool, but it just, the combat just isn't there yet. But I do think that game will be fun as a group-based game, but there's a lot of things in Pantheon that I'm really dissatisfied with. One of them is that using his shield once again as a tank in Pantheon doesn't seem to really be good. Like, if you're a paladin, your best way to tank as a paladin is use a two-hand weapon, which to me just feels completely wrong. I hate that, so that was one of my biggest turnoffs with Pantheon. So then I came back and I started playing on my Shady Moon, my hunter, a little bit. I played on her for a couple days, and then I just said, I guess more than a couple days, well, 2 or 3 days. And then I felt like I felt bored. I was really bored. I felt like, man, I'm just doing the same shit again. You know what I mean? Yeah, Survival Hunter's cool. But I'm just like, man, I've done this so much. And so then I said, well, what can I do that's going to be really new and fresh and different? And it's going to force me to have to get out of my shell and actually learn something new. And of course, it's Shaman, because I've tried Shaman several times, Lost. And I've always liked Shaman. I mean, well, that's not true. I haven't always liked Shaman. I always disliked the totems because I felt like they were kind of annoying. But now, because I've played WoW for so long and I'm so used to the game, adding the complexity of managing, your healing, your damage, your tankiness, and your totems is actually more appealing to me now than it used to be, because it's just more, there's more like kind of strategy, I think. And so I said, well, listen, and of course, if you're going to go Shaman, you have to go Horde, because it's the only, it's the only race it's the only faction that has Shaman. So you don't have a choice. I mean, if there was a shaman on the Alliance, I'd be Alliance because I like Alliance. But making me go Horde makes things a lot different because I don't know the Horde quest anywhere near as well as I know the Alliance quest. So the danger level for me, the chance of me dying on this character is much, much higher than it would be if I was playing Alliance. So on Alliance, I have a path I kind of go through, but basic path. It's not specific. I change it up all the time, but I know it well enough that there's really not a lot of danger of me dying unless I just am not paying attention, you know? Or if I just get bad luck. Sometimes you get bad luck, like some other character, like a paladin, pulls a bunch of mobs near you, and you don't see them, and then they bubble. And as the mobs reset and run back, they could literally run right past you and jump on you. So in Lineage 2, we called that we just called that mob tagging. The bots used to do that. Like if you went to an area where there were botters like botting and you tried to like kill the mobs the botters were killing, they would mob tag you. They would basically just go tag a bunch of mobs and drop them right on your head and get you killed, which I always thought was funny. So yeah, so here we are. So I decided to try the shaman, and yeah, so far it's been pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely very different. Um, One thing the one things that always turn me off about the Horde is I don't like Duratar. Like I've never been a big fan of Duratar. I've never really been a big fan of the Barons. Just, you know, I like when it comes to MMOs, I like forests a lot. I like forest zones a lot. That's really feels fantasy to me. And I like mountainous zones. I like regions with a lot of snow. And when you're playing Horde, you really don't see a lot of that. I mean, I don't really call mountains in the Barrens true mountains. They're just big, basically hills because there's no trees really. It's just a big, wide open desert almost. So that was one thing that always turned me off with the Horde. But I loved when I took this character over to Tirisfal Glades over by Undercity. I would really that's when I really started having fun because I think that Tirisfal Glades, the undead starting zone, is one of my favorite. Like I really like the undead starting zone, and the quests there are pretty good too. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, Stone Talon's okay. I mean, I've done Stone Talon before in the Horde. Terran Mills is better. Like I said, I like the foresty tree kind of areas. But yeah, I definitely love the undead. The undead area is fantastic. In fact, I think the undead starting area might become my new second favorite. I used to always say Darkshire was kind of my second favorite, but I think Tirisfal Glades is going to be my second favorite, competing with Darkshore for my favorite zone. Ooh, we sold an auction. We didn't sell this auction. I need to see. We need to. Oh man, we need to level up my first aid. Let's see. Yeah, the other thing that's annoying about the Horde is navigating. It always feels to me like Orgrimmar is like I have to run more than maybe you're not running more. Sometimes it feels like Orgrimmar is more running than Stormwind, but it's probably just perception. It's probably not really more running. But we've done pretty good. I signed a couple guild charters. I got 2 gold. I actually figured out a new way to make money. Is to go into because there's so many people on the Horde side. Like there's way more people. I feel like there's way more people on the Horde on this Doomhowl server than there are Alliance because it's crazy. I mean, there's so many people. Like even when I'm just walking through Tirisfal Glades, just the amount of people that were like at Brill, I was like, holy shit! Like there's a lot of people. And so what I did was in Orgrimmar, I saw people creating guild, like looking for guild signatures. So one person said, need signatures for my guild. And I said, oh, I'll sign your guild charter, right? And they gave me a gold. And I was like, oh, they gave me a gold. I go, this is great. And so after the guild got formed, I left that guild. And then what I did was I started posting. Every time I went to Orgrimmar, I started posting and said, hey, if anybody needs a guild signature, I'll sign their guild charter. And so I started signing guild charters, everyone I could find. Because most people, when you sign their guild charter, they'll tip you. so I found this like new way to make a little bit of money, and I made about two gold just signing guild charters. That's pretty funny. It's a lot of money when you don't have when you don't have any other characters on the server. Yeah, I was just like, oh, a couple gold. So I'm up to 2.3 gold. Oh, I had more than that. And I bought some bags. So I bought I got 4 silk bags, and I was paying about 30. I think I got them for 32 silver each, which isn't bad. So I ended up paying like, like just 1.4 gold or something for those bags. So, and then I've been selling, leather because I'm a skinner, so I've been selling tons of leather and just whatever I get, I sell. And the crazy, the auction house is just jam packed. I mean, there's like, I'm selling like white items. I sold a white sword for like 15 silver, like literally like a level 5 white sword. I sold for like 15 silver. So there's over 90. This is just like the PvP server. Like there's over 90,000 auctions on the auction house. So what that means is there's a buyer for almost anything you think you might want to sell. There's a buyer for it. So yeah, do not be shy about selling stuff. Ooh, I should probably grab this quest, right? Stone Talon. Those are probably gonna need to go to Stone Talon. Let's see, I'll grab this quest. Like I said, I don't know horde questing at all, so I'm just gonna rely on Questy and try to read these quests and grab whichever ones seem like they might be a good idea.
Victory.
Good. So we're actually gonna go to the auction house, and all these like crappy gray items and stuff and white items, we're gonna sell them all. We're gonna list them all in the auction house. Ogremar is running up hills, more layers. Hey Joshua, do you like Alliance or Horde better? Which one do you like better? I'm not doing engineering. I'm doing alchemy. I like alchemy. It's not a PvP server, so I don't really need. I mean, engineering is good, and there's certain things about engineering that I think that are really good for tanking because I'm planning on trying to do some tanking on the shaman that are good. But also, alchemy is just really good. I mean, being able to have like, being able to have like strength potions, being able to have like, the armor potions, being able to have some of the later potions for like, spirit and different things, I think are pretty useful. We can always buy like the if we need dynamite just for pulling, we can always buy dynamite. The friendly, whatever it's called, easy throw dynamite. But it's not set in stone. I mean, I still could go engineering, but I'm not a fan of. I feel like engineering has some good items, but like not a lot. It's like, oh, you've got like 4 or 5 things. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I've already got a target dummy. Yeah, I mean, I've already got the stone claw totem, right? Which is basically like a target dummy. So you like you like the horde? Cool. You like Orc Hunter? I went shaman just because. I mean, I went troll because I just like the aesthetic of the female troll. I think she looks pretty cool. I like the way she swings her weapon. I like the way she blocks. Yeah, target dummy's helpful for sure. But I mean, I do have the stone claw totem. We've also got the the earthbind totem as well. But it does help. But I'm not too concerned about it. I don't know if you guys have been watching all the drama and the OnlyFans stuff. It's been crazy. Like, have you guys been paying attention to that stuff? It's been like kind of like ridiculous, to be honest. But watch, we're gonna try to sell some of this. We're gonna sell stuff like these really crappy items, and look, we're gonna make like 4 silver. Hey, what? I don't know if any of this stuff's gonna sell, but we're gonna sell it anyway. Even if just like 2 of these items sell. If on the off chance if there's somebody doing what I was doing on the Alliance, which was like a gray gear only character, then some of this stuff might actually get bought. Quad target dummy. Oh yeah, target dummy is useful, especially if you have, obviously, if you have the higher ranked target dummies, like the really good ones. It's pretty useful for sure. But I mean, again, I played on Skull Rock. I played on Skull Rock in a guild called Reload, and the one thing I can tell you is that we did not run into the issues that I'm seeing the OnlyFans people here run into. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, and I don't have a ton of videos of me playing on Skull Rock, but I'm sure I've got a few, right? I don't know if they're sorted by, you know, who is this? I don't know who Runt is. Who is Runt? Why is he giving me gold? Oh, thank you. I don't even know who this is. Thank you. Was this one of you guys? Who is this? Oh, hey, oh, hey, Lost. Thanks, man. Thanks, hey, Lost. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cheers. Look at what level is your guy? Oh, you're level 40. The Mud Hut clan. Oh, Vanna, nice. Gee, thanks, Toss. Well, now I'm rich. You like my add-on? Yeah, I got yeah, I did some fun stuff with my auras here. Sure thing. Sure thing. I'll add you to friends list. Lost. I like your character name, Runt. That's a good name. Because your guy's so big, you know what I mean? It's a play on words. Thanks, though, man. Now I feel like I got lots of money. Because I had 2 gold, now I got like 7. But yeah, I'll sell anything, man. I'm selling everything on the auction house. If I can make 5 silver, I'm gonna make it, man. We're gonna nickel and dime this game. Discolored war card. That's a quest item, isn't it? Do I need... I wonder if I should start buying the melon juice. That's kind of expensive. I don't think we need to buy the melon juice just yet. We'll stick with the milk for now. I think we're okay with the milk. And okay, the biggest reason I came here was to hit my trainer, and I don't think I hit my trainer yet. God, I'm glad I remember that. Yeah, see, we need to go... We've got the upgrade for... and we just ran past our trainer, too. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, so what I did with the add-ons, though, Joshua's, and I played a shaman fairly recently on Deviant Delight with the Cargos community thing, you know? And I leveled a shaman up to like 20 or 22 or something, and that's where I kind of came up with these weak auras. I was able to find some online and tweak them the way I wanted, but, you know, I've got these weak auras here that, you know, these 3 are just showing me that I don't have a weapon buff up. I mean, I don't really need to have 3 individual ones, but I kind of like having 3 because it's just more obvious that I don't have a weapon enchant on. Once we put up a weapon enchant, then you'll see here the type of weapon enchant, and it'll show the duration. And then here's my lightning shield, and it shows how many charges I have. So if I right-click that off, when I don't have one, then this shield shows up and it just bounces up and down to try to get my attention to let me know, hey, your lightning shield's not up. And then once I refresh it, it becomes, like I said, the solid one here, which just again shows the number of charges. And then my bars here don't show unless I have a target. So once I target me, you can see they show. And then, of course, these other bars are kind of faded. You know, I have them set at about 25% or 35% opacity normally until mouse over. And then, of course, my mini menu, micro menu, and bags are all hidden unless I just mouse over them, because you don't really need to see that. But I try to keep my UI really clean. All right, let's see if we can find my... I think my Shaman Trainer is... I think it's in here. I really hope it is, the Valley of Wisdom. That seems like a good place to put a Shaman Trainer. I always go to this one.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, see, lightning. This is gonna be big. Lightning shield, rock biter, and cure poison.
Be good.
Okay, so lightning shield rank 2. Rock biter weapon. I don't know if that's gonna rank up. It did rank 3. And cure poison. I don't know if I have a macro for that yet. I should. Yeah, I do. Okay, perfect. Oh, let me see if that's a focus one, focus macro. All right, so we go to here, and it is actually, which means I'm probably. Let me see how I did that. Oh no. Restore. Okay, cool. Yeah, mouse wheel then. I want to make sure I knew. Because see, this is the last time I did Shaman was this Pale Moon one here on Deviant Delight. So I took a screenshot of my my bars just to see kind of how I did my, where was I putting my abilities, because I wanted to keep it the same. You can see here we got Healing Wave, got a Lesser Healing Wave. I actually use for Earthshock, I use Earthshock rank 1 as like a taunt, because Earthshock generates a lot of threat. And then I have a high ranking Earthshock, like max rank. Most of the times when I use Earthshock, it's just as a taunt when I'm tanking. And then the high ranking one would be like if I'm really trying to pull a mob back to me because someone's got a lot of threat, then I'll use the high ranking Earthshock if I have enough mana. So. Alright, so we need to put this on mouse wheel down. So. Okay, cool. Now we need to... Crap. I gotta get over to Silverpine Forest. Looks like I have a delivery. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a quest. Okay, cool. Me. Yeah, but I love this area. Like, I love Tirisfal Glades. I think this is definitely one of my favorite zones. I think it's such a cool zone. Let's see what we get at level 18. We get Flame Shock, Healing Wave 4. We get Stone Cold Totem. We get Tremor Totem. I'm not a good shaman, so don't watch my stream trying to pick up any tips from me. I need to figure out like when to use what totems, and especially Tremor Totem. I gotta figure out what's a good keybind for Tremor Totem. It's gotta be something that you can just hit really quickly. Probably, I don't know, we'll see. It might be something like the Z key or something. But yeah, there's been a lot of controversy on the OnlyFans stuff, and I mean the OnlyFans stuff is I find the OnlyFans, the people who run all that to be kind of silly, kind of ridiculous, but it is a guilty pleasure. I mean, it is entertainment. There is entertainment value there. As much as I hate to admit it, because it is kind of cheesy stuff, but it is entertainment. Oh my god, I got a lot of cloth, don't I? Say lost since Lost gave me that money, I might look to upgrade my bags to some bigger bags, but I don't know. It depends on how much they cost. Like the silk ones I got really cheap. They were like 32 silver each. But I don't know what the size next size up would be, like the large sack or what those are going for. I can't afford to spend like I can't afford to spend more than like a gold for the next trade cut bag. It's just because it's just too expensive, you know. I think we just need to focus on. I think these bags are good enough. They should be good enough. Okay, if I remember correctly, we have to go down, right? Am I remembering correctly here for this quest? Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I think I have to go down here, or maybe not. Shit. I think I have to go down. I think the apothecary's down here. I don't know. I don't know horde stuff. Let's find out. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, this looks right. The horde are so like nasty. Like just corpses everywhere. A lot of quests like poisoning people and shit. Look at this. Look at this. This is heads and stuff and arms dangling. There's a foot. Look at this. Look at this head.
What will you require? Beware the living. Dark lady.
He wants me to bring that all the way to someone in the Barrens? I don't want to go to the Barrens, man. Don't want to go to the Barrens. Okay, well, here's where all the alchemists are. I'm going to be an alchemist eventually. We're still going to hold on to skinning for now just to make money. Alright, we have lost our music. So YouTube did something recently, like within the last month or something, where like when I play a playlist and I put the playlist on repeat, it should start over, but it just, even though it says it's on repeat, it doesn't. Like whenever it goes to the end of the playlist, it just goes to something else. And it's really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Playback speed, quality. Like right now it's on loop playlist. And I don't know why it's not looping. What I'm going to have to start doing is converting some of these playlists I have that are basically YouTube videos. I'm just going to have to start ripping the tracks down to my hard drive and just playing the music on my, you know, like on a music player. That way I can control it much better. I was like, what happened to all my money? I had over 7 gold. It was training. Oh, and Lost gave me the mana potions too. Nice. Because all I had was 1 mana, and it was just the really crappy one. We'll just go ahead and put that here.
This had better be good. Beware.
I do need to find some sort of a guild, just so I can do some dungeons, but... On TV Delight, I was tanking on the Shaman, but it was, you know, it wasn't a hardcore server, so I'm not sure how easy it will be to get people to want to, like, let me tank, because I am a Shaman. It could be quite difficult, actually, on a hardcore server. There's also another build. Which I don't currently have open. I was watching Meldron's guide on... Let's see if I can find it. Shaman, leveling guide, classic, Melderon.
Pretty quick leveling from 1 to 40. Compare that and mob, and you have to travel some distance to the next mob. If you immediately have totems at your disposal.
This guy was pretty cool. I liked how, like, on this guy, he talked about, like, kind of what totems you'd be using at, like, what levels, you know, which I thought was pretty cool. I have tried to figure this out on my own, and I've kind of, like, I think the one totem that I was unsure of was the Strength of Earth totem, because on the surface, it seems like something that is good. You're like, well, you know, it gives you, like, 10 strength, I think, you know? Oh, where is it here? It gives you 10 strength, which is like, you know, 10 attack power. It's not bad at low level, but the problem with this totem is it does last for 2 minutes, but it's like you would have to keep dropping it. You know what I mean? It takes 25 mana. I guess they all kind of take 25 mana. Well, this one only takes 16 mana, 15 mana. 6 of the Stone Skins is 60 mana, so you definitely don't want to be dropping Stone Skin all the time. So Stone can you reserve for when you have multiple mobs on you. I've been using the Searing Totem quite a lot, and I find the Searing Totem to be quite nice. And I don't really use this one here, the Fire Nova Totem, that much. I think that would be good if you had a lot of like low-level mobs. Like if you knew something was going to spawn a bunch of tiny little low-level mobs, you know, you just wanted to blow them away really quickly. That would be pretty decent. Maybe like in Zul'Farrak or something, if you're killing the beetles or whatever they're called, the scarabs, maybe drop one of those down and it could do some AoE damage to all of them. The other thing too is mobs a lot of times will kill these totems pretty quickly. And I haven't gotten high enough level to, so I guess eventually we get like mana spring totems and then the Grace of Air totem. But I thought that was pretty cool that it kind of shows at what level. You know, and then for Enhancement Hybrid Stat Powder, which is pretty much what I'm playing, Enhancement Hybrid. They're talking about Strength and Agility. Strength and Agility are just as good, and over Stamina, Intellect, Spirit. I actually have been prioritizing on my gear more just Stamina, Intellect. You know, you can see here like Stamina, Intellect, Stamina, Intellect. I haven't really been prioritizing because I'm not really going for like a lot of attack power or crit. I'm just going more for like survivability. Like I want a pretty big mana pool and a pretty big health pool, and I'm just letting my lightning shield and my totems do a lot of the work for me, kind of. Which obviously isn't the fastest way. It's not the fastest way you could level. I mean, you're not because you're not pushing your actual attack power up. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and just. I tried to sell this, no one bought it. And then here's some of the other things that we got. Here's the herbs I've been picking. And I sent that to my banker, and she sent it back. Which is good. So I think what I'm going to do is probably do what I do so well, which is just grind mobs. I mean, we'll do some quests and stuff, but these quests are even now. I've kind of out-leveled even this area. You know, so when I was doing Tearsfall Glades, I out-leveled that area. Now in this area, I've kind of out-leveled this area too. So I don't know. We'll see if we can find. We may have to just start dropping quests and move to the next zone, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like I'm probably still too low level to go to Hillsbred, right? Yeah, we're way too low to go to Hillsbred. Yeah, it was way too loud. Way too loud.
Lovely.
There's a cave over here that I really like to farm. It's right up here. I like to just farm it for a while because it's pretty quick XP. So we'll do that here, I think. Get our mojo going. Actually, what I'm going to do is let me Windows Media Player Legacy. I didn't know there was a Windows Media Player Legacy. I've only had this new computer for a few months, and it is taking some getting used to. All right. So what we're going to do is pause this. I want to go to... I'm still not used to this version of a media player. How do I... show play queue, video library, music library. Nah. Yeah. Bummer. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Long dark. Trying to put on some somber music. I like it. It's this kind of horde vibe. Now, hopefully these guys are level... Okay, good. Level 12. That's not bad. Wish they were higher, but what can you do? Ah, good. This one's level 13 at least.
Lovely.
Yeah, still taking a little bit of damage. I guess it is what it is. Oh, this one's level 14. Nice. Now we're taking some damage now. This guy just interrupted my food.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, we're not gonna... I didn't want to heal that person because then everybody's gonna come after me. Like they just did. That person just died. Look at that. This is why I didn't heal her, because all of them are gonna come after me. Look at that. She pulled like tons of them. Damn. Yeah, there's no way to save that person. If I would have healed him, it just would have aggroed him. Well, they aggroed to me anyway. I don't know what they were doing running out with all those mobs chasing them. That was pretty crazy. Hopefully this one's level 12. I want them to be like, 12 to 14 is not bad. Right. Still learning how many people can I take it with this character? Like how many mobs can this shaman actually handle, you know? Look how much damage I do compared to this warrior. No, not as much. This warrior's hitting hard. It's raining outside. Nice. I love all the free skins, baby. You gotta love the free skins.
Lovely.
Okay, I don't know where all these guys just suddenly came from. Do you see that? Like 3 mobs just came out of the cave and started chasing me? Like what? Like why did they just come out of the front of the cave and come after me? That was kind of weird, wasn't it? Just like it's like hello and another one. And another one. I think we got, let's see, get rid of this healing potion. We have a talent point we haven't used either, which is going to go into Thundering Strikes. Crit rating. We're going to have to go around. God, the skins here seem to be like never ending, so... I thought about actually going leatherworking with this character, just to make like... But I'm not sure how well I could farm Devil Sword leather as a shaman. I don't know. Maybe if I have like insanely good gear.
Lovely. Lovely.
It's weird how these monsters come out of the cave. Like, you see them come out of the cave after me again? I'm like, what? And I saw it say your combat start. Oh, I know what it is. My totems. See, I'm not used to playing shaman, so I'm not used to the fact that my totems can just sit in there, and then mobs spawn and aggro to those totems and then come after me. So I gotta. That's something that's gonna get me killed if I don't start paying attention to that. So I'm probably gonna have to drop totems. If I drop totems in a cave, I'm gonna have to wait till they disappear. I can't just like run out of the cave because, you know, I could aggro like a ton of mobs and they could come out and just jump on my head, which is what's happened twice now, actually. First time I didn't realize what's happening, but now I do, so. Now I realize what's going on. Do, 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 do.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, this might be difficult.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know Shaman that well, so when I get into a situation where I have 3 mobs on me, it's a little nerve-wracking. So I'm like, don't really know how well this character can do, but she did pretty good. She did okay with those 3 level mobs that were like, what, 12, 13, 14 or whatever. Not bad. I think this is kind of why I was pushing more for stamina intellect, you know, so that I can actually learn the class a little bit, you know, and have those kind of moments where I've got a lot of mobs on me and I'm like, oh, can I handle this, you know? If I was pushing more strength agility, I'd have less mana and less health, and that would less margin for error, I think. At least for me anyway, for me learning the class, you know. I like how the totems illuminate the cave. Like this totem like really added a lot of light to the cave, which is really cool. Vanilla WoW is just such a gem of a game. I mean, it's just like it's got to be one of the greatest games ever made. I mean, it's such a good game. I would say I wish I had a stun. I missed that. On the Paladin, you've got like the Hodge, you've got like a stun. You don't really have a stun, I don't think, on a Shaman. I can't think that would have been something that would be. I mean, you have an interrupt, you know, but the stun is so powerful on the Paladin. Let's see if we can take out these 2 guys.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Hold on a second. I gotta adjust the good old gaming sleeve here. All right. You're definitely going to have a lot of leather. Now we can also throw this totem down and then bring the mob in range and it'll explode. I think it only explodes once though. How much mana does it cost though? Let's see, it's 95 mana, so it's oh my god, you never want to use that totem unless you're killing like at least 3 mobs probably. It's just too much mana. It's kind of like there's certain abilities in the Shaman that feel like they were direct replacements. They were kind of like saying, Paladin's got Consecrate, what can we give Shaman? Well, we're going to give Shaman Fire Nova Totem. You know, Paladin's got I don't know, Seal of Justice. We're gonna give Shaman, you know, Earthbind Totem. You know, trying to like, you know, tit for tat, like one for one. You know, try to balance them. And I think Blizzard did a good job early on of balancing, of trying to balance classes. Maybe not that great a job. There were definitely some issues with certain classes, but what I meant was balance classes between the factions. Like if one faction has a class that's good at healing, then the other faction has to have a class that's really good at healing. You know, that kind of thing. Does that take 45 mana? Yeah. Alright. So, Bear Hearts, Baron's Peril, Bear Hearts. Okay, 14, that's good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm setting up this character probably as a tank. I mean, I definitely tanked on this. I tanked on the Shaman on DV Delight. You know, I did like Wailing Caverns and Ragefire Chasm and all that stuff as a tank. I'm a little worried about going through this area for the quest because of the elite, but I guess as long as we keep our eyes open. Plus, yeah, this area is pretty dangerous. You've got the elite, and then there's the one boss in here that just hits like a truck with the shadow bolt, like insane damage. So I'm not sure we'll do that quest. Fenris Island's good. Fenris Island's great for grinding. I can grind out 2 or 3 levels just on Fenris Island, probably. Let's try pulling multiple mobs here. Wonder if I can get off. Let's drop the big totem right in the middle. Here, let's get this guy. Get this guy. Drop the big totem. This totem. This totem. Yeah, just the risk is getting there. Well, I think the elite typically walks through the middle. So what I usually do is I usually skirt the mountains up here. I usually go up the road, cut across to the mountain range, and just cut across the mountain, get as close to these mountains as I can until I get to the cave, and then take out the spiders, and then do that on the way back. He usually skirts, you know, kind of through the middle of that area. But I think my unit scan should pick him up, right? It's the son of Aragorn, right? Yeah, see, he's in my unit scan. So my unit scan is definitely going to start screaming at me if he shows up. So we should be good. Yeah, it marks him. Yep. You know me though, Lost. I like to grind mobs. I mean, if I can get to an area like this where I'm just killing mobs over and over again, I mean, as long as I'm getting decent XP for it. This is a little bit... the problem is I'm killing a little bit too slowly. This would be a little bit better if I could do a little bit more AoE damage. I think I would just have to get a better weapon. You know, I've only... Oh, you know what? I've only got a level 12 weapon. That's part of the problem. Since you gave me that money, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to... I got to go to the Undercity and see if we can get an upgraded weapon. Yeah, I need a new weapon.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, once our inventory gets full, we'll do that. We'll head to Undercity. And we'll see if we can upgrade our gear a little bit. Hey, Lost, do you know if there's a scroll vendor in the Undercity? Is there a vendor that sells scrolls? Like there is in Stormwind? It might be in Ogrimmar. I don't know if the Undercity has one. Guess I could Google it.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
We got 8 minutes on Hearth. So let's just kill for 8 more minutes. And then we'll just Hearth to Brill, and then we'll head to the Undercity. And then we'll come back.
Lovely.
Hmm. Hmm. Got quite a bit of leather, right?
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, inventory's full. Yeah. I think it's time to get out of here. There's like herbs all around me. This isn't the right playlist I'm looking for. Library. Volume 1, soundtrack. This is what we want.
Lovely. Lovely.
I didn't even see that rogue. Like, didn't even see that rogue.
quick about your business. Embrace the shadows.
Remedy of Ariel.
Dark Lady, watch
Okay.
and you are victory.
Think we're gonna take that money that Lost gave me and go buy myself a better weapon. Thank you, Lost. I need a better weapon. If we're gonna like be grinding out mobs, we gotta keep, if we're gonna be using green weapons, then we have to keep the weapon within like 2 levels of probably my level. My weapon's level 12 and I'm 16, so it's out of date. Now, if it was a blue weapon, you know, it can last quite a bit longer. Usually about 6 levels is when I try to replace blue weapons, after about 6 levels. Because that's about the time that a green, like a level 26 green is about as good as a level 20 blue, basically. Crits at 7%. So 3 more talent points to brush your crit over 10%. Now there is one build where we go improved lightning shield, which I don't know if 15% increase is that big a deal. I mean, currently it's, well, it does 29 nature damage, so 15% would be like maybe another 4 or 5 points of damage, you know, like 29 it'd be like 30, 33 or something. Stitches found. And do we have anything we want to? Yeah, let's do this. Let's mail this stuff off to my banker. I've got a banker tune already that I created because we're gonna need it. And she can sell a lot of this junk that we don't want, so I don't have to worry about selling it. We can also send her herbs, so we don't have to worry about that stuff. And that's pretty good. Okay, you can make it over this little ledge. Alright, so we're looking for a one-handed mace, probably, that's going to be level 16, hopefully. If we can get a blue one for like a gold, that would be good, but I don't think we're going to get one that cheap, so that won't by level. Oh, here we go. Oh, blue, yeah. Yeah, I can't afford those, so level 14 kind of sucks. I mean, it's better than mine, but I was hoping to get a green, so... There is level 17 maces, and it'd be nice to get one that's got stamina strength isn't bad, but let's go ahead and take a look at the one-handed axes. Maybe it'll be a 16. There we go. Nice, we got some 16 axes. Alright, so they're all pretty basic. They don't have dual stats on them for some reason. They're all like agility. I mean, agility's not bad. It does give you armor, crit. Also weapon speed. 2.3 is good. It's fine. So do we want agility or do we want strength? It's only 2 strength. Or do we want power? I'd rather have the agility. So agility's... Or we could just go stamina. 3 stamina is not bad. But we don't... Yeah, let's go for the agility. $10.7. So that's a little bit of an upgrade. Stitches found. What level's my shield? My shield is level 13. We'll only go with like a 16 shield if it's like pretty cheap. I don't want to pay, well, yeah, 11 silver is pretty cheap, so, you know, here, 10 silver. More armor, 3 intellect, 1 stamina. That's not bad. Or we could go to, wait till we hit level 17, which is about halfway there. Yeah, let's just hack for 10 silver. I think it's probably worth it. It's not as sexy looking as this shield, but that's okay. And then shoulders. I want to see if we can get leather, shoulders that have... No, it looks like we are not going to get anything till level 20. Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
I'm listening.
Okay, level 75, yeah.
Trust no one.
I'm not 75 yet. Okay, so we got a new weapon, shield. That Prospector's buckler. No wonder the Prospector's buckler sells so cheap. It's like one of the ugliest shields in the game. That's why it's so cheap. It is like hideously ugly. But that's alright. It's better than what I had, so. Let's make sure we don't have any quests to turn in.
I am forsaken. Watch your back.
So yeah, there was all kinds of drama. Like, let's take a look at some of the death clips. We haven't done that in a while, just for shits and giggles. Let's see, WoW hardcore videos. I always enjoy some good death clips here. 2 hours ago. First off, this person's screen is so, like, washed out. And the hunter in this group is called Huntarded. Okay, how did they aggro like so many? I guess they pulled another pack. I guess they pulled this random pack. Oh, and then they pulled another one. Oh, once you get these Demetrons in here, it can be look at its hunter pet, and of course the hunter's name is Huntarded, so this is like perfect. Look at this hunter pet, for fuck's sake. I love that. Once I saw the hunter's name was Huntarded, I just wondered if it was going to be some shitty hunter video, you know. You know, some hunter doing stupid stuff with his pet. Yeah, I just want to. Before I start watching those video clips, I like to log out just because I don't want to be anything weird to happen to my character when I'm watching a video. Even though I'm relatively safe here, you never know if someone's going to randomly pull some mob over here and dump it on my head. Yeah, look at how washed out this this person's screen is. Oh my goodness. That's just awful. You compare their screen to my screen, it's like, yikes. All right, let's take a look at this. So, notice how they started the video off by showing the hand highlighting the name of the hunter. Huntarded. Or like Hunter Dead. Hunter Dead, Huntarded. A Huntarded, a dead hunter. That name is perfect. Okay, well here's his pet. Like here's his pet right here. So at some point his pet his pet's going to is going to automatically jump to a different mob, and the hunter doesn't want right there. So I don't know if his pet's on it, and unfortunately we're not watching from the hunter's point of view. I don't know if his pet's on aggressive, or if he tab targeted, or if the hunter. Most likely, what happened is the hunter has a keybind that sends his pet to attack, and whether it's using a mark of the hunter's mark as well, who knows, because you can't see the mob. But most likely he tab targeted and sent his pet, and the tab target tabbed the mob to the left here. You can see his pet run over here. Now, but these mobs are coming anyway. Like, so I don't think the hunter didn't aggro these mobs, but look at his pet's way over here. His pet's running way, look at that, his pet's taking off, man. Look, he's still going, his pet's still going. Look at his pet. His pet's like, hey, let's go get some Demotrons. This is like, when I see something like this, I find it like almost impossible to believe. Because when you're playing your hunter, you should always be aware of where your pet is. Like, you have to be aware of where your pet is. And it's a good idea to choose pets that are easy to see, too, to be honest. Like, sometimes you'll see people with really small pets, or like a boar, for example. Like, boars are pretty small. I wouldn't want to use a boar pet in a dungeon because it could get lost in a big group of mobs. So it's nice to have a pet that's pretty big. I mean, a cat's a pretty big white kitty is pretty hard to miss. But look at his pet. He's doing. So what he should have done here is the hunter should run over here where his pet is, let his pet die to these mobs, and then when they aggro to the hunter, feign death. If he does that, this group should probably not aggro this group, right? Because right now the threat's on the hunter. It's on the hunter's pet. After it leaves the pet, it should go to the hunter. So if the hunter runs over here and just like maybe, just lets his pet die and then just feign death, probably can prevent this group from coming. His pet's still over there. Now his pet's finally coming back. This is great. This is a great video, and I love that the hunter's name is Huntarded. And here comes the hunter's pet, bringing his friends. Now the funny part is going to be if the hunter survives, because the hunter's probably going to feign death. Notice how the hunter is completely out of range of this warrior right now. Like he's out of range. So I don't know if he's like. I wonder if he's this character on the minimap. Like running away? Probably. I mean, everybody pretty much bugged out and left the warrior to himself. I mean, the warrior's all by himself. Everybody else they already roached out. They roached out. Warrior's dead, like big time dead. Yeah, you're definitely dead. I'm dying. What the fuck, man? His group left him. They left.
This moment for weeks and weeks. Delays upon delays.
What is this?
Across all Twitch chats, let's see ones in the chat for Alcor's X, Soda Pop, and twos in the chat for Tonka Tonk. Duel has started, no charge coming through. Hamstring parried right away. Hamstrings both. Alcor's, though, not hamstring. He might get the first intercept, and it lands. Tonka Tonk has to eat the 3-second stun. Hamstrings now on both sides. Mortal Strike, big crit from Alcor's.
Oh my god!
Tonka Tonk on the back foot.
Oh my god, he gets disarmed, but the counter disarm does come out here from Tonka Tonk back onto Alcor's.
Where's the shield? Where's the shield?
As he comes back to full HP there, early pulse coming out, and Tonka Tonk trying to struggle here with the movement, trying to get some crits here onto Alcor's, but look at that beautiful kite.
Oh, he's getting annihilated.
Tonka Tonk is on the ropes, he's on 1 HP, and Alcor's takes round number 1.
That's because Tonka's a terrible player. Tyler was not a WoW player. I mean, he's new to WoW, so he's really bad at it. I don't know who this... Why is it that every woman that streams has to show her boobs, man? It just cracks me up, man. Actually, it's funny. This is just where I was. She's actually right where I just was on my character.
I don't really like Bagnon.
I don't use Bagnon either.
Hopefully he doesn't have a boy chapter now.
Her interface is interesting, how she like stacked her frame right on top of the enemy frame right here. Interesting. Who's this warlock over here?
Guys, take the dick, bro. Actually,
What did she say? Take the dick? What? I don't know what she just said.
guys, take the dick, bro.
Guys, take the dick, bro. Not really sure what she's talking about.
Actually, we bought this. We bought this. It's actually insane. No shot, no shot. No, wrong shot.
Oh, I could be in trouble right now.
I love, that's a great. I could be in trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I'm dead.
Shield. Put your shield on. Put your shield on. Shield.
Actually,
Defensive stance. Defensive stance. Put your shield on. Defensive stance.
yeah, legit dead right now.
No no. No nameplates, right? Like if you see someone playing WoW and they have no nameplates, that's surprising. Like they really don't know the game if they don't even have their nameplates turned on. But they just don't know the game. I mean that's not, which is fine. I mean some people just don't. You can also tell that the UIs of the default setting, which is just massive, and look how big these bars are, taking up so much of your screen.
2%. And netted again. Yeah, I'm dead. No.
Actually, he's not dead. Bandage. Bandage is on cooldown. 1%. All he's got to do now is just is run. Don't aggro anybody. He lived.
Wins in this best of 9. It's 4-1 here in Alcor's favor. They're starting at distance for the charge, and I love that disarm strategy you mentioned. Disarm before the
This is so stupid. I mean, Tyler is such a terrible warrior. It's like there's no way he's going to beat anybody. You'd have to be a really bad warrior to lose to Tonka Tonk in a duel. As long as your gear is pretty similar, it's like who cares? The other thing I like about these hardcore clips is when people have their faces and you can just see like the panic, like their eyes get bigger and bigger. Like his eyes are already kind of bugged out anyway. And this guy's kind of creepy looking to begin with. He's like Jeffrey Dahmer creepy looking. He looks like he's could have killed the next door neighbor.
Jsem mrtvej. A jsem dead.
I'm dead. Just
first version of the short was limited. I changed the song and reposted it. Oh, really? Is it just like a different?
Those are some big glasses.
Oh, I didn't fucking sheep. Surely I'm not in that. Oh God. Alert, alert, alert. No, no worries, babe.
He keeps looking at his chat. That'll get you killed in hardcore too if you're like looking at your chat window and not actually looking at the game. I don't know if that's really affecting him here though. He's got plenty of health.
Bro, easy 2v1 though, low key. I think.
I don't think so. You're getting your butt whooped.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're getting destroyed.
Oh no.
You're dead. No, you're dead. You're dead.
Dead.
He's like easy 2v1, low key.
Bro, are you fucking serious, bro?
Bro,
This duel,
dude,
there's a lot going on. There's
bro.
demo shouts, there's sunder armors, there's overpowers, there's fears, there's disarms, a lot of high.
Streamers trying to hype stuff that isn't hype. Like, this is not hype. Watching two Black Warriors that probably aren't even very good duel each other is not hype. This is not exciting. I mean, the fact that they try to make this exciting, it just blows my mind, you know? Dueling warriors isn't really that much fun either. I think warriors are one of the worst dueling classes in vanilla, right? Like if you take a warrior against a rogue, warrior's going to lose. You take a warrior against a warlock, warrior's going to lose. Take a warrior against a mage, warrior's going to lose. Warrior is probably the worst dueling class, you know, like 1v1 class in vanilla WoW. Now, so that's why they have to have the warrior fight a warrior, because it's the only thing that's even going to be worth watching. So this is just stupid. This kind of shit is. The only time watching a duel would I be interested is if there's actually skilled players. Like if you have like Zico dueling somebody, that would be worth watching because Zico's really good, you know? Like Zico versus like PS Hero, you know, that would be something that would actually be worth watching, you know? This kind of nonsense is just nonsense. Ooh, I hope they die falling out of the cave. Let's see. I mean, you've got two priests and a mage in the group, so it would be very difficult to die in this situation because you've got multiple people that can heal. But let's see what happens. No, the one priest is low on mana, though. Right here, here it is. This is what I'm saying is like when you come over this edge on this cave, it's if you jump, like if you happen to jump to the edge and you miss the edge, you'll fall right off. So there's a really tricky ledge here that looks like there's room to go over this edge here, but there isn't. Like you have to be very careful on this edge right here. Let's see what happens if that catches somebody. Oh, I wish I could do this in slow. What I'm talking about is right here. Like if you, even if you walk off this, you'll probably land. But if you jump and land, like it's hard to explain, but it's very easy to slip right off this edge here. And he just did it. See, he just did it. Okay, so he jumped over the edge. He's going to land here, and he's going to go right to the bottom. We got to rewind this. I see a lot of people die on this spot. It's the same thing as Searing Gorge. In Searing Gorge, when you're in the tower, there's like that little kind of path. There's like a bridge you have to go over to get to one of the towers in the middle of Searing Gorge. And people will jump off the top down to the bottom, and there's a little piece of land that looks like you can land on, but it's carved away at an angle. People hit that little angle, and they just slide right down to their death. So yeah, watch this. LAC here is going to go to his death. See ya. Bye-bye.
Doing, dog? No. Oh, fuck, now they're coming for me. Not a good idea. Not the plan.
Dark Shore.
Oh god, this is... I swear to god, helping someone? No way. Not me helping someone and then, like, fucking dying. I hate it here. Well... Fuck me, dude.
No, she might not die. You got a healing potion?
Not like this! Oh shit, this is it!
No, there's an issue too here that what she's doing wrong. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but she's actually hitting the mob. Okay, like you're trying to run away and release the mob, but if you look, even when you're facing away from a mob, if you have the mob targeted, sometimes you'll still hit them. So See, she targets the mob. And there's that 6 damage, and that's her hitting the mob. Because here's the 14 damage, which is the mob hitting her, right? So she's not gonna get rid of the leash on this seer here because she keeps hitting him.
Not like this.
There, see the 37? She just hit him for 37, and then that mob just missed her. Actually, let's make sure that's right. I want to make sure that's right.
Not like this.
Because it says 147 health. 191.
Not
Yeah, see 147.
like this.
Yeah, so yeah, 70. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she keeps hitting the mob. Like, when you run, make sure you target yourself and not the mob. Like if she would have targeted herself, probably right, right here. If she just would have targeted herself and just ran, because right now she's still hitting these mobs, and just ran, she wouldn't have died.
Well. Fuck me, dude.
Actually, Zaryu said something today, which I was watching one of the death clips, and he was on it, and he said, or actually it wasn't, it was something else, and he said something that I didn't know, and I don't know if it's true, but he said he thinks it's true, and it's a leash mechanic that I was unaware of, and what he was saying is like, if you're running away, it'd probably be easier if I show you in game. Actually, we could try to test it out. Right? I'll have to test it out when we get to an area where there's some mobs. Let me see. Let's get these grizzled bear hearts. Actually, we can test it out here. So what he was saying is, like, normally if you're hitting a mob, like if you run away from a mob, as long as you're not hitting the mob will reset. But Zaryu said something that he thinks is true, and I don't know if it's true or not. But it's if you run a certain distance, stop, and let the mob hit you 2-3 times, and then run again and stop, and run again and stop. But during all that time, you're never hitting the mob won't reset. So we're gonna try this out. I don't know. It seems suspect to me. I want to get one mob, not two. Okay, so we run. I'm gonna let the mob hit me. Now we're gonna run. I'm gonna let the mob hit me a couple times. Maybe let's do 3 times. And then we're gonna run. See, it's not gonna work because the guards are here. Let me also, let's try with this guy. Because normally, let's just reset him to show you how fast he will reset, right? So, okay, so let's see how far we have to run for this guy to reset. Should be reset by the time we hit this tree right here. The time we hit that tree is probably going to reset. Okay, a little bit earlier than that. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to try this strategy of like running and then letting him hit us a couple times, and running and letting him hit us a couple times. So we're going to grab the mob. I'm going to run up to here and let him hit us a couple times, like twice, or at least listen. Okay. All right, now we're going to run. Now we're going to let him hit us a couple times. Now we're going to run. And sure enough, Zaryu was right. So we ran the same distance as before. We didn't hit the mob, just like we didn't hit the mob before. And yet, yeah, that's something I was not aware of. So, man, this is a big axe. This axe is huge. Look at the size of this axe. The blade on this axe is massive.
Lovely.
And I'm new to using axes. Some axe skills were really bad. So let's just heal up real quick. Wow, was that a heal? Because it certainly didn't feel like a heal. God, man, the heals are so weak on Shaman. Paladin heals better. So yeah, so that's really interesting. So the reason that that's important. Reason that's important that mechanic works is because what happens is you'll be running from mobs and they'll knock you down. Like, you know how a lot of times you're running from a mob and they knock you off your feet? Or you're running from mobs and they net you, like a troll nets your feet. So what happens is you're running, and then the troll nets you, and while you're waiting for the net to disappear, the trolls come up and hit you 2 or 3 times. Then you run, right? And then the trolls net you again, and they hit you a couple times, and then you run. So what's happening is the leash keeps getting reset, even though you're not hitting them at all. So it makes it very difficult to get away from certain mobs. So that's something you got to be really careful of in hardcore, and that's an interesting thing that Zari pointed out, which I didn't know about. So that was pretty interesting.
No, not like this.
Yeah, you're dead because you keep she keeps hitting him. Just hit him again. Hit him again.
No way. Go.
I think she should get away. Even if she targets herself now, she'll get away.
No, we're so far.
Just target yourself.
They died too.
Oh my god. Just target yourself.
Nico, please. Yes, everybody. Everyone, yes, I made the decision to G-kick Pirate. I felt a large majority of people in the guild felt uncomfortable playing or being around him and all that drama that surrounded him at this point. Even though some people may have not felt that way, a lot of us did. And after seeing some clips today from him quadrupling down, or I don't know what number we're on at this point, I think I'm making the right decision, but still, I feel bad. Try to
The roach.
Slide into forgetfulness and move on IMO. Stay safe, gamers.
Just one more.
Oh, it's fine. No, you put down. Why the fuck did you put down totem?
Oh no! Don't.
Oh shit!
Too late. He screwed up. Oh, he screwed up. Now, because he put the totem down, what's going to happen? And if it's a stone totem that stays there for 2 minutes, the boss is going to come. The totem's going to aggro the other ones. Because normally, if you just pull the boss, he comes. But with the totem there, it's gonna aggro the others probably. Let's see what happens.
I barely made it, man. No way.
The totems are gonna get him. Put totems upstairs when we get up. And he's like, should be fine.
Do one more dance quickly. Alright, let's go.
Dance? Fucking dance.
Do a little dance, you know.
What the fuck? Here is a big mob. They usually don't. Now, this didn't work at all because.
Oh shit.
I don't even know where these big mobs come from. I see people die in Oldemon all the time. And his totem, when he came up and dropped his totems up here, it would reset. You know, the totems down there would disappear. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of his totem or what. Yeah, they're screwed. They can't run because the doors are shut. You gotta fight.
I mean, you're DPSing boss, but...
Yeah, you get...
I mean, Crims is going down and...
Yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed.
I can dummy.
Definitely dummy.
Yeah, dummy.
Definitely dummy. Sees Hunter axe one big. What's he say? Hunter take one with pet. Please, Hunter take one with pet.
I think it's just a run angle.
And now more are coming.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Okay, the rogue got away. The hunter probably got away with feigned death.
You know, you want to keep that in mind. There's big health potion does not crit.
Oh god, I don't.
Equalizes the healthier Alcor is doing his best to kind it out.
I don't care about this duel. Yeah, that was actually one of the worst hardcore clips I've watched. To be honest, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. Do we want to go over here and do these lower level quests? I guess we can do them. Gotta make sure we don't get killed by the son of Aragol. We need a bear. Yeah, we just need some bears. Oh, I forgot. We still have our axe skill really low. It's like ridiculously bad low. So while we're in a safer spot here, let's kill some of these low level mobs just so we can get our axe skill up. Here's a bear, by the way, anyway. And my axe skill's 20, so that's obviously not good.
Lovely.
And already, the son of Aragol has been found already. So at least we know he's like right around the corner here. That means he's probably right along here. I'm just leaving my shield down now on purpose because I don't want him to die too fast. Because I'm trying to level my. I guess we can kill him quick. Let's go see if we can just finish up the bear quest real quick. Most of the bears are over here. I must admit, though, I'm really liking I love these zones, like the Tirisfal Glades, Silverpine Forest, or like I said earlier, my favorite zones in MMOs are forest zones that have a lot of trees and woods, because it just feels very fantasy to me. Like, I don't know why, but to me, fantasy equals forests. I don't know why that is, but forests just feel like fantasy. So whenever I'm in forests, I feel like, fantasy. I guess because like a lot of the fantasy novels you read, Lord of the Rings, Terry Brooks novels, and all that, a lot of the main parts of the story, the characters are progressing through, wooded areas, Lots of dangerous creatures in the woods.
Lovely. Lovely.
I don't know where somebody's. I don't know who this person is. Not sure why this person invited me to a group. Grimson. Oh. Who is Grimson?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Apparently I need some better food.
Lovely. Lovely.
Alright, let's get some more herbs. We helped that person kill Grimson. I didn't remember that was his name, but I figured that's who she wanted, but wasn't sure, so I wasn't going to say, hey, the cave guy, but that's who she wanted. Oh, I'm actually done with the bears. But we do need the remedy for Aragol, apparently. Okay, a little higher level mobs here.
Lovely.
Now these champions do like a stun, I believe. This is kind of annoying. Like they have like a stun or something, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've done this area. Just go ahead and kill. Like I said before, if we have a totem up, I'm better off just to keep killing until the totem disappears. That way I don't inadvertently pull somebody up my butt when I'm not looking.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Can I climb up over here? I think here maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Doesn't look like it. No. Maybe over here we can. Just want to scout out the area, but low-level mobs shouldn't be a problem. I actually would like I think a weak aura that would be cool would be like a totem weak aura to show when your weak auras disappear. Let's see. Vanilla, WoW, Shaman, weak aura totem. Totem display. No idea if this is gonna work. Displays the icon currently active along with the timer. Yeah, that could be useful. Could be useful. We'll see. The timer is the reason it could be useful. Okay, well, it's not working.
Lovely.
There's a chest over here, too. Oh. Okay, let's take a look. Totem. Third class shaman. Okay, it doesn't seem to work, so let's go ahead and delete that. Not gonna worry about it too much. Alright, so we've got that. And let's go ahead and head over towards the good old Aragol, son of Aragol area, and get these more dangerous quests done. So we got some scrolls. Alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut. Well, we gotta turn this. We'll turn this quest in, then we'll just follow the. Although we do need to go to this area here. Let's do that first, I guess. More herbs. At some point, I'm gonna have to drop skinning for alchemy. Dead field. Oh, this looks like fun. No healing wave for you.
Lovely.
This is a really cool looking area. Graphically, I mean. So I'm supposed to get some sort of essence of Nightlash. Get some mana. It's a pretty good guild name, Serial Killers. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. Where is the person we're supposed to kill? She's supposed to spawn through here somewhere. Somebody must have killed her recently. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, the healing on the healing wave seems kind of, I don't know, it seems weird. Seemed a little random on how strong the heal came through at, but the range of it doesn't seem that big, so I'm surprised. Maybe I just had a really bad heal one time. I don't know. Ah.
Lovely.
You gotta be very careful not to aggro there's the one in here we don't want to fight.
Lovely. Lovely.
This creeper. Definitely need better mana drink. Such a beautiful zone, man. This is rivaling Darkshore, if not better. I mean, this is even cooler than Darkshore. I mean, this view here is fantastic. Love it. Really loving this zone. What's my... Yeah. We need more armor. And my inventory is full of shit. Man, we've got Son of Aragold around here somewhere. I don't see him, but... There he is. Shit, he's coming right at me. He's coming right at me. Oh man, he might get this other person if he keeps going across. I think they saw him though, because I saw him kind of skedaddle that way. They like kind of scooted that way real quick.
Lovely.
What, is he coming back?
Lovely. Lovely.
Hey Sam, what's up? Yeah, we're definitely over here by the son of Aragol. He's already walked by a couple times. So just trying to stay safe. There he is. I guess we're going to have to slide past him on the right. Because he keeps walking this way. Yeah. Yeah, we got the block and now we're stacking crypt. I'm not sure what build I'm doing yet. Like, I've got a couple ideas. I don't know how much people would want me to tank because I'm a shaman, so a little concerned about trying to do a pure tanking build. I might do more of a... I hope this guy knows that... Yeah, he's cutting this way. You know, we might put some points into improved lightning shield. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants me to tank on hardcore. Exactly. So I think we're just going to focus not on a tanking build as much as focus on a leveling build. And I was watching the video that Meldron did, and it's got some pretty good information in it. So... What do you mean? Is what's boring? But then it's boring. What's boring? Like not tanking is boring? Is that what you're saying? I think we'll tank. I think we'll still try to do some tanking. I just think we need to get some gear for it. You know? Oh, you mean like over level? Are you saying like over level the dungeon? Like do like a level 30 dungeon when you're like 40 or something? Hey Martin, how's it going? Yeah. Is that what you mean? Like if we're like over level, so we're like it's not that difficult because we're so high level. I think that it can be the case where it feels like kind of boring, but there's always a chance that things can go wrong. You know what I mean? I'm doing all right. So far, so good.
I owe you one.
Not over that high, but like to be one of the... Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. It'll be what it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens, you know.
Lovely.
Does it tremor totem? That's true. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Yeah, you could just drop tremor. Yeah, all that sleep is annoying for sure. Oh, did he give me... He didn't give me thorns. I wonder if you can't give me thorns if I have lightning shield. I would think you'd still be able to get it, right? Yeah. Can you have thorns and lightning shields? I would imagine... I'm sure you can, right? You can have thorns and lightning shield. Yeah, I think you'd have both, right? I think so too. But then I wonder if you can have also the Ungoro Crater Lightning Shield. So because you have Lightning Shield plus the Ungoro Crater Crystal, I can't remember what it's called, Crystal something. And then Thorns. That would be amazing if you could, right?
Lovely. Lovely.
Nah, I was just trying to turn in a quest, but it kind of feels like I'm farming, doesn't it? But my inventory's full, so what I'm really trying to do is just turn in a quest. Yeah, this could be a pretty good spot if I wanted to farm. I mean, if I can kill like 4 mobs at a time, but they're very low level. I'm not going to get much XP. Smoked bear meat. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get some more bear meat. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can definitely tank as a shaman, but it's just, it's like trying to tank as a paladin. You just have to really like, min-max it. Like min-max it to the nth degree. And of course, they're probably people are going to want you to go engineering for it as well. But yeah, I think.
What now? Beware the living.
Where is Ivor the Foul? Please tell me he's not all the way. Oh, he's over here. Okay, cool. We can do that.
Lovely.
Yeah, for sure. There aren't enough tanks in the game, so yeah. That would be another thing for Classic Plus. That'd be another thing for Classic Plus. I mean, give shamans like a real taunt, because I don't think shamans have a taunt. I mean, Earthshock is kind of your taunt because it does have a lot of threat, but it's not like a pure taunt, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. I've already tanked dungeons with Shaman on Deviant Delight, and it was pretty, I was able to tank pretty well.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
Oh yeah, no, I'm using the auction house in this one This is my only character on the Horde side. I'm not gonna make it that brutal for me, Martin. We're doing just regular hardcore, so we can use the auction house. And actually, Lost gave me 5 gold, and then I got a couple gold from signing guild charters. So I was just in Ogrimmar, and someone needed me to sign a guild charter, and I signed it, and they gave me a gold, and then I signed a couple other guild charters. Since I figured, I was like, you know what? Let me just start signing people's guild charters and making some money. So I started signing guild charters and got another gold. So I got 6.7 gold. So I'm doing really good on money.
What is it? Trust no one.
I mean, if you go to the beginning of the stream, you can see where Lost traded me, and I didn't even know who it was. His character's name was Runt, and he traded me and gave me 5 gold, and I was like, woohoo! Streamer privilege.
Victory for Sylvanas.
You went Shaman on the normal classic server? Yeah, I tried to level up the Hunter, as you know, on the PvP server, but I always find it just gets to be a little bit too boring because, you know, the risk of death just makes the game more fun. It just makes, when you know that you can die at any moment, it makes the game more interesting, so...
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, self-found is fun too, and I've done self-found. You know, I've done both. I've done it all pretty much. You know, I've done self-found. I did melee hunter. You know, I've done. You know, I was leveling up the Grey Gear Only Warrior, and I got the warrior to 20, and then I just was like, do I want to keep doing this? I mean, I felt like I could definitely level the Grey Gear Only Warrior to 60. I still want to put in some time on that character because I'm really curious what the Grey Gear Only Warrior will be like. You know, at higher levels. I think that'll be really, really interesting to see. You know what? Because I know right now you're just at level 20. She hits. You know, she does not do a lot of damage. So I still want to play around with that character some more. Glad you're on normal server, yeah. But I think playing here on the Horde is fun because I never play Horde and I never play Shaman, so this is really cool, you know. This is like a big learning experience for me, you know, like learning stuff, you know, just doing stuff I don't normally do. So, because like I said, playing the Hunter and the stuff in the Alliance, I've done it so many times, it was just becoming really boring because I was like, oh, I was on like an autopilot. It's like I don't even have to think. It's just, you know, I was just doing stuff like a robot, you know. And that just felt kind of boring, to be honest. Oh, level 20, I get a big upgrade? Even on this character? Well, on this character, we get the Ghost Wolf, right? Ghost Wolf form at level 20? Which is gonna be, which is like crazy. You going to the Sept, the what? Oh, the Spulcher? Yeah. I gotta turn these quests in. I mean, I'm probably gonna log off. I mean, it's pretty late, guys. It's like 2 in the morning, so. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna get to bed. But Yeah, I mean, I've been doing all the quests around here. I've done quite a few already. I got like 2 to turn in here, 1 to turn in here. I've got 1 to turn in back in the Undercity.
Be quick about your business.
Small spider leg. I don't have the recipe for cooking spider legs.
Beware the living.
Oh, we need better.
Speak quickly.
Oh, he doesn't even sell the better drink. Shit.
Watch your back. I am forsaken. Beware the living.
Bowyer. Clothier.
What now?
Merchant. Yeah. Thanks, Martin. You too, man. Yeah, I'm gonna head to bed here in a second, I think. Just mail. I got I've got a banker I created, so just mail this stuff to the banker so she can deal with selling some of these things for me, and just to keep my inventory clear because it's a nightmare. What is this? Essence, Slumber Sand, Discolored Wargheart. Alright, and quest over here. Guess I got 1 downstairs to turn in. Yeah, you don't feel as tanky. I mean, you don't feel as tanky on this character as you do on a paladin, because a paladin you're wearing plate armor, you know, mail to plate, whereas in the shaman it's leather to mail. So to me, I understand why they did that, but I think what I would have done with the shaman to make them a little bit better as like a tanking class is I would have given them probably some sort of passive healing of some kind. You know what I mean? Like, since they are like what I would have done was, if you guys have ever played Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Online has a really cool ability on like the Warden class, where you can cast this spell where like all these kind of plants grow up out of the ground. And this is, I think later World of Warcraft has it too on the Druid. But you cast a spell where like these kind of plants grow up out of the ground and it heals you. I think that would have been kind of cool on a shaman, because shamans do draw their power from the earth, right? So what I would like to have seen for the shaman class to make them better at tanking is to give them some kind of heal over time abilities that they could cast while they're in combat to kind of regenerate their health. And I think that would have been it just would have made sense. I think it would have played into the shaman lore, you know, to have this some sort of rejuvenation type skills. And that would offset the fact that they don't have the physical mitigation that like a paladin has with plate armor, you know. And also I would like to see, because they already have like other utility things like cure poison, which, you know, which a paladin has. And then I would obviously maybe give them a few more taunt type abilities, you know, because they don't really have a taunt other than Earth Shock. So maybe some sort of a taunt ability. I also think a root ability. You know, when paladins have a stun, right? And paladins have Seal of Justice, so they have multiple ways to kind of stun people or slow them from escaping. I think shamans definitely should have some sort of like a root. Like again, they draw their power from the earth, so it would have been very similar to a druid's. You know, druid's whatever the druid ability is called that roots people in place. I can't remember, guys. My brain doesn't work anymore. Entangling roots. I think entangling roots should be something that a shaman should have as well. I mean, it just seems like that would make sense to me. Maybe not call it entangling roots, you know, or maybe call it something different, obviously, but something similar. So those are a couple things I would have done to the shaman class. Give them like a taunt, give them some sort of a root or some way to slow people down, and then give yourself some sort of a self-heal. I think even just those 3 little changes could make shaman a significantly better tank, you know.
Speak quickly. Farewell. Remember, patience, discipline.
Alright, we're going to go with more Thundering Strikes, more crit. So we're up to 8.43% crit. And our defense right now, currently our block chance is almost 10%. And our dodge is 5.5. So if we look at, just really quickly, if we look at Melderon's video here, and let's go ahead and kill some of the sound. Okay. There was a let's see.
Points and put them elsewhere. But this is a interesting build. It's more of a pure hybrid, and I know Orc-Bit and Hamster will have had a lot of success with this build. They really enjoy it. But it's an interesting build. You're gonna have clear casting. You're gonna have Eye of the Storm, so you can get some no pushback spell.
So this is the build I was the other build I was thinking about going, which is this hybrid. Now this is.
The next is a one-hander melee hybrid build. Notice this is not.
So this is a build that I was considering, and this is from Melderon and DefCap Melderon TV. This was a advanced shaman leveling guide that they did about 5 years ago, and there's some good information in here. And if I don't go with a straight tanking build, which would have more points into the the dodge rating here, and some points into armor, and fewer points into elemental. There wouldn't be as much in elemental. There'd be more in enhancement. Around more tanking type of abilities. But one of the things I was curious about was the increasing the damage of your shield. I mean, currently your shield, the one I have currently anyway, does 29 nature damage. The 3 talent points into that shield only increase it by 15%. But 15%, I mean, that's like taking 29 nature damage, pushing that up to maybe like 33 or 34 nature damage. But you got to look at how much will the shield do at max rank, right? So we're like at higher ranks anyway. So if we look at lightning shield, let's take a look. Like rank 3 is 51 nature damage. That's at level 24. So let's go up to like maybe level 40. Okay, so here. So rank 5 lightning shield does 114 nature damage. So 15% on top of that, you're talking, that's another like 15, another like 16 or 17 maybe nature damage, which is, that's not bad. So 50% is not bad. It's not amazing, but you got to remember every little bit counts. And I think Blue kind of disagreed with me on this a little bit, in that he felt like sometimes, little buffs here and there maybe aren't that big a deal. But to me, it's not. It's the cumulative effect. So you're trying to think about all the things you can possibly do to make your character do whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to generate more threat, then you're thinking about, I need to do more damage usually to generate more threat. Typically, you're going to have to do more damage. If I need to stay alive, I need to, I'm trying to mitigate damage, then you're thinking about, how can I mitigate damage? I mean, the ways you can mitigate damage are block, dodge, parry, or just giving your character more health, like bigger health pool. Or coming up with some way to heal your character, maybe potions. Give yourself potions that, troll's blood potions. Give yourself potions of armor. There's all these different things you can think of, but you have to focus on what is it you're trying to accomplish. So when I look at that talent build, when I look at something like improved lightning shield, I'm like, okay, this could be useful, and it's only 3 talent points. It's not like it's 5 talent points. 3 talent points is not a ton. So 15%, an additional 15% damage is more threat. But again, this build here isn't really for tanking. It's for leveling. It's for one-hand leveling. So let's take a look at this again and see what he says.
Not get two-handed weapons. This focuses on using a one-hander and shield all the time, and you go deeper into the elemental tree. You can pick up elemental devastation. You don't have to use elemental devastation, guys. Any of these builds I provide you, feel free to move things around. You can take those 3 points and put them elsewhere. But this is a interesting build. It's more of a pure hybrid, and I know Orc-Bit and Hamster will have had a lot of success with this build. They really enjoy it. But it's an interesting build. You're gonna have clear casting. You're gonna have Eye of the Storm, so you can get some no pushback spells, and because of that, you can throw out some chain lightning and lightning bolts. It'll be a lot of fun. And again, feel free to move those 3 points at elemental devastation into Call of Thunder, or something that you might want, like the extra crit for your lightning spells. Totally up to you. Next, we have the tried and true enhancement resto build. So this will be a lot of fun. And again, feel free to move those 3 points at elemental devastation into Call of Thunder, or something that.
Okay, what is Call of Thunder? Call of Thunder. Increases the critical strike chance of your lightning bolt, chain lightning bolt. Okay. So what he's saying is you can move these points, elemental devastation, which your offensive spell crits will increase your chance to get critical strikes with your melee attacks, which is interesting. The thing with this build, when I look at this build, like this one here, a lot of it depends on getting crits. Like this here depends on you getting crits. I think, what was the other thing? I thought there was a couple different things. But definitely this is depending on you getting crits. And then also, what is this one? Increases the critical strike damage bonus. Again, this is increases your critical strike damage bonus of your spells and your totems. But again, that's based on the fact that you're actually getting crits. So I feel like if you were, again, it says, the cons of this build is it requires crit fishing with your shocks. And it has low mana regen. And you're sacrificing your hit rating. But I haven't seen really a build yet that really goes into hit rating too much. I don't even know where hit rating is. I think it might even be, believe it or not, in the restoration tree of all places. Yeah, look at this. Nature's Guidance. So, hit rating is really good for any melee class, but to have to go into the restoration tree is interesting. Let's look at this next build, because I think that you might want like the extra crit for your. Let's look at the next build.
Totally up to you. Next, we have the tried and true enhancement resto build. So this goes all the way down to Storm Strike, and then it goes into restoration to pick up Nature's Guidance for the extra 3% hit, and also some nice healing utility for dungeons. So this is a really good all-around build, high utility, pretty mana efficient, especially with one-hander shield. The cons is that you're sacrificing potential speed for reliability. So this is a build that I usually use because I really like dungeon healing. And I really like having high utility, so it's something that you might want to consider. Could be an excellent build for some of you out there. Here we have the pure elemental build. This is going elemental all over and shield. The con.
Yeah, let's take a look at. I want to take a look at these talents. Let's just do this and pull up a vanilla. Wow, talent calculator. I'm so new to the shaman that there's certain classes that I've played so much that I'm pretty good with the builds because I've just done them. I've tried all the builds. I don't think you're ever really super good at a class until you've actually tried all the different various builds. Like, you can't try them all because there's so many, but you've tried the predominantly most of the ones that should make sense. Let's do. Let's just do this. Right here, let's make it easier. Let's do this. I'll make it a lot easier. Okay, put this build here, and then this is the build. This is the tanking build. So here's the tanking build. That if we were going to go pure tanking, this would be the build, and then. So this is tank. This is the Melderon. This is the one that he was talking about that has like a lot of utility. So the abilities in that one, you're going to have reduced casting time of your healing wave. So you're going to be able to cast your healing wave a lot faster. You've got 5 out of 5 on title list. Reduce the mana cost of healing spells. Man. And then reduce the mana cost of your totems. That's actually pretty useful. And then 3 out of 3 on Nature's Guidance. This is the one that gives you your hit rating, and then you're just going to have 1 into totem. The radius of your totems that affect friendly targets is increased. So the only problem with going into, I think, to me, the only problem with going into this tree is you're putting 10 talent points into stuff that's really healing based stuff, which is a lot of talent points when you're focusing on a more physical, like a damaging build. So that's why he said you could heal dungeons with this build. I don't ever like really healing hardcore dungeons, and of course this guide wasn't meant for hardcore. It was made for regular WoW, so regular non-hardcore. So you don't ever want to like be trying to do like a subpar healing build for hardcore dungeons, because you don't want to gimp yourself in that way. Because when people start dying, they're going to start blaming you if you're healing and you can't keep them alive. So this build is, let's take a look at this real quick. And then you also have the 5 points. And although this, I think, reducing the mana of your totems is pretty cool, actually. So that's this, and then shield, crit rating, same thing. And then once again, going with the improved lightning shield. So we've seen 2 builds now where they've gone and a couple points into dodge rating. Two-handed. I'm not going to be taking two-handed weapons at all because I just won't be using two-handed weapons. So I'm not going to bother with that. Flurry, I think, is really good. Elemental weapons, I think, we just have to do that if we're going to go down and get this final thing here. That's probably why they went, they went in 1 point here because it opens up weapon mastery. So what I would do is instead of that, I would just put it in anticipation. Now we're at level 59 and we have 1 more talent point. And let's see, 3, 1, 5, what did I miss? 0, 5, 2, 3, 5, 3, 3, 1. Oh, 3, 1. I missed something. 5, 5, 5, 3, 1. Oh. Maybe that build was just 59. A lot of times they will only go up to 59 because it doesn't really matter. Once you hit 60, you're 60. Yeah, so that's probably what it is. So the only problem I see with this build is, again, like I said, you're putting a lot of points into healing stuff. Whereas if you didn't, but you do get hit rating, and you do get reduced mana cost of your totems, which is really useful. You don't really, and this is the radius your totems effects. This, unless you're doing a lot of dungeons, this isn't really necessary, so I would get rid of that. And I would just put it into anticipation. The other thing I wondered is increasing the amount of damage reduced by your stone skin totem. Like in the tank build, that's not something that's used, which I thought was kind of interesting. So apparently, in the tank build, you'll notice like when you're doing like pure tank build, a lot of the points are focused on threat. Like putting talent points in areas where it's trying to increase your damage so that you can do more threats. So if you look at the elemental tree, like, so there's this build here, which is the kind of enhancement, restoration, leveling build. There's no points in the elemental tree whatsoever. But in the tanking build, they actually have 2 points here, which increases the damage done by these spells. We've actually got 5 points in the air. Interesting. Reduce the damage. Now this is purely like elemental warding is, this is purely like a tanking thing. Reducing damage taken from fire, frost, and nature effects. It is what it is. Obviously just flat damage reduction against those types of elemental measures. And then of course I think elemental focus is really nice because entering clear casting state, kind of like what Meldron was saying is once you proc elemental focus, you could use that on like a chain lightning. Because chain lightning is a great way to generate some threat because it does really good damage. And then the other one here is reduces the cooldown of your shock spells by 1 second. What are the cooldown now? Currently it's 6 seconds, so it's going from 6 seconds to 5 seconds, which is a pretty big reduction. This I think is really good for tanking simply because your biggest threat generator is Earth Shock. So being able to cast think of Earth Shock as your taunt. Being able to get out Earth Shocks more frequently means you're going to be able to taunt more often. So I think this is a really good thing to have. I would say that's pretty much mandatory if you were going to be tanking. Shield specialization mandatory. Thundering Strikes, again, this is just because you're trying to do more damage, plus you're trying to get Flurry. But on the tanking build, the pure tanking build, Caperfin doesn't have improved lightning shield, which is, interesting because it's just a little bit of damage. I guess he doesn't think those 3 talent points are worth that much damage. And he's going 4. I would definitely go 5 here. He's got 5 on toughness. See, here's where I almost would be interested in trying instead of, because toughness only gives you 10%, and you don't have a lot of armor on a shaman because you're wearing mail armor. 10% is not bad. It's like 3%. Kind of at max level, you're going to get maybe like 3% more damage reduction or something, which is a lot. But if you are having trouble with threat, which I don't think you will, but if you were having trouble with threat, you could possibly put those into like improved lightning shield, just because you would, you know. But I'm really surprised. I wonder if like increased amount of damage reduced by your Stone King totem by 10% and reduces the cooldown of grounding. So 20% increase on that. Let's see how much that would be. 20% on your Stone Skin totem is going to be totem. Okay, so I think rank 6 is probably your highest rank. Yeah. Okay, so 20%. Right now it says the totem pricks members within 20 hours, reducing melee damage taken by 30. So it's basically going to be 36, right? So instead of 30, it's going to be 36. So you're taking 6. But if you think about 10% more armor, what's 3% of that? It's not much. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know if like at max level, I don't know. You know, I just don't know. Like, it almost feels to me like instead of putting 2 points into toughness, you could just take 2 out of toughness and put them into here. You know what I mean? It feels almost like you'd get more bang for your buck out of that. This would be something definitely I would have to play test this. I would have to go and like pull like, you know, level 60, pull like 3 mobs that are level 60 and fight them with this build, and then do it again with this build, you know, where the 5 are in toughness as opposed to totems, and just to see, like, am I taking less damage? You know, am I taking less damage? This is definitely something I'll definitely want to do. But these are the kind of things I look at when I look at these trees. I try to figure out, well, what are things that may be better? Can I see something that might be slightly better? In most cases, not. Most cases, the people who've created these builds on these guides are fairly thorough. But sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not. You know, the internet is a cut and paste internet. People just see something and someone says it's great, and they're just like, oh, he said it's great, so it must be great. That doesn't always mean it's the best, you know. But yeah, I just think that that's definitely one thing I'd like to try. The improved lightning shield only if you were really struggling with threat. Like if I really had issues with threat, you know, I could see where maybe grabbing the lightning shield, because it is going to generate more threat. But flurry, boom, definitely want parry. Weapon mastery is obviously you're just increasing your threat because you've got weapon mastery. You're going to do more damage. And let me go back to the build. So the build is 5 0 5 5 5 5 1 5 5 1 3 5. Okay, so this is the Caperfin's like recommended tanking build, and I think it's pretty decent. Other than, like I said, the Guardian totems. Yeah. So we got a couple builds here. This is the healing build, the kind of enhancement restoration build, and then there's one other build we're gonna be looking at, which is more of an enhancement elemental build, which I don't think I have. Duplicate this, which I think is going to be this. Reset this. Anyways, it was something along the lines of, here, let's go to this. I have to go back to the video and find it. Hold on a second. It was this one here. So let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this one. I don't know if I got a screenshot of this one yet. So we've got the tanking build, we've got the enhancement restoration, and then we have what I consider more of a crit fish. This is a crit fishing build because you're really fishing for crits on this one. Yeah, and there's this one. I mean, these are the 3 builds. I don't think I'll roll with this one. I just don't want to grab all these healing abilities. So, I mean, according to Caperfin, the tanking build, Storm Strike is almost mandatory. I mean, well, it depends. I guess. I mean, I'm a noob at shamans. I mean, this is all new to me. Yeah. I mean, Resto. So the only thing that Resto is going to give you is what more survivability, right? If you go into Resto, you're just getting more survivability, right? You can heal. You can get your heals off fast. What are the other talents? And you get the hit. The Ghost Wolf CD. Yeah, but I never. The pushback thing is never an issue for me. Like Sam, I see people do that all the time on pushback, and yeah, I've had this argument, well, not really argument, but I've had this conversation with people before. Like a lot of times, you'll see people create a paladin build where they'll go into the healing tree and the paladin to get the reduced pushback. And my response to that is the only time you're ever in a situation where you're trying to heal yourself to save your life is when you fucked up. Like you were the one who put yourself in that situation because you played poorly. I don't typically play that poorly that I put myself in that situation. Now on the horde side, it may happen just because I don't know the horde zones that well, so I don't know the spawn rates and where mobs are located. So I could see myself getting into those situations a lot more. On the alliance side, I just don't get into those situations. So it just doesn't come up. It doesn't come up where I'm like, oh shit, I got to get a heal off or I'm going to die. You know what I mean? Yeah, but again, I'm not healing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, that's what healing potions are for. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about pushback. I've never had a need to worry about pushback. Now that I've said that, of course, I'm sure we'll die because we have a heal that doesn't land at the last second because I get pushed back. And that's, you know what I mean? Now that we've talked about it, that's exactly how I'm going to die. But you're saying get the Ghost Wolf CD? I don't hardly ever put talent points into anything that's a reduction in movement and that's based on movement. Where's the talent calculator at? Do I still have it open? I'm sure I do somewhere. Oh, reduce the casting time? Yeah. Yeah. You can't, yeah, the Ghost Wolf, you can't turn into a ghost in caves though, right? Yeah, because it's just like it's an outdoor thing, right? Just like a druid. Like you can't shapeshift into travel form inside a cave or something. Yeah, I mean, I generally play pretty safe. I don't do stupid shit. You know what I mean? You know? I mean, I'll put myself in situations that a lot of people wouldn't. Like I'm not like you saw. I'll go into caves and tunnels and crypts and stuff. You know, where a lot of people might not want to do that. But that's because I just, I know the class and I know the cave. But again, on the horde side, I don't always know everything. So we'll find out. But we'll see. And we can always respec. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is, like I said, it's all new to me. It's all very new to me. Shamans, so. But I don't like wasting 10 talent points just on healing shit. You know what I mean? And where's the pushback? There is no pushback. Like, where's the reduction in pushback? Like, there's nothing here that says reduces pushback. All there is reduce the casting time, right? Is there anything in here that actually says reduces pushback? Here it is. Here it is. It's right here, healing focus. And what's interesting is so far in the shaman leveling guides, but again, this is not hardcore. Shaman leveling guides, they're not picking that on any of the builds. But again, that's not a hardcore server though. Usually Shaman goes enhanced until 40 and then switches to Ellie, but it sucks because you get Wind Fury at 40. I won't be switching to Elemental. Yeah. I'll be sticking with probably probably. I mean, I wanted to do more of a tank build anyway. So I mean, most likely, you know, my build will be more along the lines of this build here. Because it overkills. Well, how could overkill be a bad thing? Why would overkill be bad? If a mob's dead, it's dead, right? I don't. What do you mean overkill's bad? Whatever I do, I'm going to be one-hand shield. You guys know that. I like one-hand shield. So that's one of the things that appealed to me about Shaman is that they have shields. You know, I love shield-based classes. So whatever I do, there's going to be a shield involved. You know. So from what I understand with Wind Fury, aren't you using like a fast one-hand weapon? If I understand it correctly. But anyways, I do need to get to bed. We'll figure it out. Yeah, no one's gonna be happy with you guys. All want me to build it the way you want to build, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to try different builds and see what I like, whatever works for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play around with it and figure out what works for me, man. Like I mean, I certainly don't play my hunter the way most people play hunters. You know what I mean? I don't play paladins the way most people play paladins, probably. But there's lots of times where I'll be like, hey, this looks good. And I'll try something and build, and I'll be like, man, this sucks. You know, that happens more times than not. Like, there's so many times I look at the talent trees, I'm like, this seems like this would be terrible. And then you do it, and it's like really good. Or this seems like it'd be really good. Then you do it, and it's like, oh, this is terrible. You know, that's to me, that's what the fun part about WoW is trial and error and figuring it out. I don't, you know, like I look at guys just as like a, I look at guys just as like a suggestion. Like when I watch a video like Meldron's video on Shaman, it's just a suggestion to me. It's like, this is a suggestion, you know, maybe you could try this, or this has worked for some people, you know. So doesn't mean it'll work for you, but it's these builds have worked for some people, and some people have liked them. And so it's just gives you an idea of things to try out, as opposed to not having any input at all, where you're just like coming into it with cold feet, or not with cold feet, but you're coming into it with just no basis of knowledge at all. So, but yeah, you guys have a good night. I gotta get to bed. My dog's got something going on with his eye, which started out of the blue today. Like, he was completely fine all day long, and all of a sudden he was taking a nap. When he got up, he couldn't open his left eye. It was like the weirdest thing. And because I just had the maintenance guy come and spray the office for ants, because we had some ants crawling across the ceiling. I had him come in and use the heavy-duty pesticide spray across the ceiling. My wife's freaking out, thinking that somehow some ant poison must have got into the living room, and the dog might have got it on his face. And I'm like, there's no way, you know, because it was only sprayed in the office, and the door to the office is always closed. But she's freaking out, so I'm probably gonna have to take the dog to the vet tomorrow. On top of that, I got a ton of work to do, so which means I need to get to bed. I'll catch you guys later, man. Have a good one. Peace out.